If it isn't Naruto Nishia, the poor guy who got a job right after high school.
Thanks for the other day. I'm Naruto Nishia from the production engineering department.
If it isn't Naruto Nishia, the poor guy who got a job right after high school.
In the dead silent izakaya, my face twitched. I'm Naruto Nishia. What are you gonna do about this awkward silence?
What are you guys drinking for? A welcome party for a mid-career hire? Oh, did you quit that crappy factory?
The one blabbering away is Masatoshi Akaike, a high school classmate. We ran into him at the bar by chance, and he rudely crashed an unrelated drinking party just to start dissing me. This guy is super drunk. Is he completely oblivious to his surroundings? He doesn't seem to care at all about the cold stares from my coworkers. Well, is he a friend of yours, Naruto? Mr. Uehara, my new boss, couldn't stand watching and offered a lifeline.
Who the hell is this bald geezer?
However, with Akaike's next words, Mr. Uehara's expression froze, and the temperature in the room instantly dropped to below freezing.
Hey, old man, I don't know which small-town factory you run, but you should really pay more attention to your appearance. You're bald and pathetic.
He said it twice.
You know, if I wanted to, I could easily crush a small-town factory like yours.
After spewing insults to his heart's content, Akaike just left. What a jerk. We were having such a good time. I'm so sorry. After Akaike left, I was bowing profusely to everyone, especially to Mr. Uehara. No, it's not your fault, Naruto.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm just amazed guys like that actually exist.
My senior colleague, Narumi Nekomiya, seemed impressed by the weirdest thing. I'm truly sorry. He's been picking on me ever since high school. Anyway, bald geezer, huh? Do I really look that pathetic?
No. It's totally sexy. You know, like a symbol of male hormones.
Okay, Narumi. That's one strike for sexual harassment.
Aw, that's harsh. I was just trying to cover for you.
Suddenly, the whole room erupted in laughter. The two of them played the fools to lighten the mood.
But seriously, is that guy out of his mind? Showing off job discrimination in this company town? Especially when 70% of the working population here belongs to one corporate group, including affiliated companies.
Maybe he's just really confident about being in the upper class.
I don't know. I get the feeling he's just delusional. Anyway, let's change the mood and drink. Today is your welcome party, Naruto.
Yeah, once again, cheers.
Cheers!
The sound of clinking glasses echoed all around. What a warm workplace. The factory I used to work at was homey too, but I realized I've been blessed with another great workplace. Now, just as Akaike looked down on me, I only have a high school diploma. Not because my grades were bad, but unfortunately, my family was poor.
Hey, Naruto, are you really not going to college? It's such a waste when your grades are so good.
But with our financial situation, it'd be tough even if I took out student loans, right? If I have to earn my own living expenses on top of that, juggling multiple part-time jobs might make my studies suffer. That would defeat the purpose, so I figured I might as well start working after high school.
I'm sorry. Because I'm so poor.
Don't worry about it, Mom. It's not like there's a specific college I want to go to anyway. Besides, I can still study what I want while working as a professional. And so, I chose to enter the workforce after high school. The person who rejoiced the most at this decision was none other than Akaike. How come your grades are better than mine when you're too poor to even go to cram school? Akaike, who usually said things like that with spite, had a huge smile on his face that time. I heard. You're going to work at a factory after high school. Yeah, news travels fast. I like cars, so I chose a brake pad factory. A parts factory for you. Akaike laughed at my choice, but I didn't regret it. It was a path I chose after thinking it through, and I actually found it rewarding. I see. So this is how factory operations manage quality and lower the defect rate. Alongside my work, I studied for and obtained certifications like Mechanical Maintenance Technician and QC certification. Thanks to that, I became an improvement leader at 23, and later even participated in a joint project with the prime contractor. Sure, it was hard work, but those days were filled with a sense of accomplishment. Good work today. I finished the morning site patrol. Hey, Naruto, perfect timing. Could you come over here for a sec? It was about a week after the welcome party. When I returned to the office, Mr. Uehara called me over. Ah, yes, what is it? When I looked, a petite woman was standing near Mr. Uehara's desk. Since she was wearing a suit instead of work clothes like us, I wondered if she was from another department. This is the self-proclaimed young ace of the Quality Control Department, Kikukawa.
Mr. Uehara, self-proclaimed is unnecessary.
Even as she said that, Kikukawa puffed out her small chest proudly. Coupled with her miniature stature, it was an adorable sight.
I'm Emu Kikukawa from the Quality Control Department. I'm conducting an internal investigation regarding market claims. I came to ask the Production Engineering Department for cooperation with the investigation.
I'm Naruto Nishia. Why was I called here? About that, Naruto. Could you help Kikukawa out? It took a moment for Mr. Uehara's words to sink in, as I was slightly tense hearing about an internal investigation. Wait, I've only been here for half a month. Why would I be doing an internal investigation?
Half a month? Mr. Uehara, this is an important investigation, so it's not a matter of lending me some free hands.
Oh, no. Rest assured. Naruto is the perfect fit for this case. He built his career as a technician at a subcontractor factory, was involved in joint development projects, and joined us mid-career as a battle-hardened veteran recommended by our business partner. I guarantee his skills. I've known Mr. Uehara since the joint development, but being praised so directly makes me itch. Specifically, brake pads are his specialty. After all, he worked at a brake pad factory for nearly 10 years.
10 years, you say?
Kikukawa still looked skeptical, but hearing brake pads, I couldn't stay quiet. Something clicked inside me, and my work mode activated. Is the subject of the investigation an issue with brake pads?
It's highly likely. The claims include variations in braking distance, abnormal noise, and premature wear.
The company I joined mid-career is a so-called completed automobile manufacturer, meaning we manufacture and sell actual cars. So market claims mean trouble with the cars we've sold. True, that definitely points to the brake pads. Did they start using a new factory?
No, it's a place we've been doing business with forever.
I see. Several possibilities raced through my mind, but I still lacked the information to draw any conclusions.
Well, you definitely look a bit more useful now.
After looking at me evaluatingly, as I was deep in thought, Kikukawa nodded as if she had no other choice.
Understood. Mr. Uehara, I'll borrow him. Well, now that it's decided, there's no time to lose. You're coming with me.
I let out an and came back to my senses, but it was too late. With zero regard for my consent, I was dragged away by Kikukawa. A few minutes later, I was facing Kikukawa in a small conference room.
Got it. If you're useless, I'll recall you.
I thought to myself that I wouldn't mind being recalled, but I gave a half-hearted yeah. Maybe I was influenced by Kikukawa's overly casual tone, but I found myself talking casually too. So, you obviously have the documents, right?
Of course. I'll explain them to you now.
Saying that, Kikukawa spread the documents out on the table. They were Pareto charts, histograms, cause and effect diagrams, scatter plots, control charts, and so on. The so-called 7 QC tools. QC here stands for quality control. According to this Pareto chart, there are overwhelmingly many claims about abnormal noise.
Oh? You understand without me explaining?
Just the basic QC items.
Do modern factory technicians usually understand QC?
No, I just took the QC certification as a step up. Though, thanks to that, it actually helped me drastically reduce the defect rate on site and become an improvement leader.
Well, I have a pre-first grade QC certification.
Oh, same as me. First grade is tough, isn't it? So, according to the cause and effect diagram, it seems the brake pad material changed recently.
Right. The test results regarding that are over here. There are no numerical issues, but what do you think?
As I skimmed through the documents handed to me, a point of concern quickly surfaced. This graph of view and temperature, it only goes up to 250 degrees. On mountain roads, it can exceed 300. Usually, in the context of automobiles, U means the friction coefficient.
I was worried about that too. If it only goes up to 250 degrees, we can't distinguish it from inferior goods.
Also, the fact that the standard deviation of U decreased after changing the material is bothering me.
What do you mean?
It's possible the new material was just a perfect fit, but usually, when you change materials, there's some variance at first. But since the standard deviation decreased, either they reduced the number of measurements, or they might have excluded unfavorable data.
Ah, I see. In short, the person who made the test documents is suspicious.
I wouldn't say suspicious, but, well, if we're going to do a hearing, that's where we should start. We can think about the possibility of cause being something other than the brake pads after we crush this issue. When I flipped the document and looked up, Kikukawa was grinning.
All right, you pass. I'll allow you to tag along for the hearing after this.
No, I never said I wanted to tag along.
Don't worry. I've already made an appointment with the person in charge from the procurement department, so we can meet them right away.
She's totally not listening. This girl. I thought that, but I also started to feel like it was fine. Partly because the fast-paced exchange was pleasant, but also because she was starting to look somewhat cute to me.
If I recall, the name of the person in charge is...
Kikukawa, Mr. Uehara, and I waited for the person in charge from the procurement department in another conference room. The reason Mr. Uehara is here is that I was so surprised when I heard the person in charge's name from Kikukawa that I told him about it. I see. Then I guess I should show my face too. And that was the result of Mr. Uehara's grinning. A little while later, the door opened, and the person in charge from the procurement department walked in. What are you doing here? Looks like we're in different departments of the same company. Yes, the person in charge of the procurement department was none other than Masatoshi Akaike. The company is so huge we didn't realize.
What? You guys know each other?
We're high school classmates.
Well, I won't go easy on you anyway. I'm Emu Kikukawa from the Quality Control Department.
Thanks for the other day. I'm Naruto Nishiya from the Production Engineering Department. And I'm the bald geezer from the Production Engineering Department. I serve as the department head. Akaike turned pale as he realized the sarcastic words.
What's with that self-introduction?
Ignoring the confused Kikukawa, Akaike scrambled to make excuses. No, that was just a bad joke while drinking. I had no idea you were the head of the production engineering department. I'm terribly sorry about the other day. Akaike bowed deeply, apologizing profusely, but Mr. Uehara just kept smiling and delivered a stinging remark. No, you made me realize my charm point after all. But you know, if I may say so, job discrimination isn't really cool, is it? I get how you feel. You work for the core company in this corporate town. But our subcontractors and us, we're all comrades running toward the same goal of completing a car. There's no class hierarchy there, and there's certainly no reason to look down on anyone. Yes, you're absolutely right. The reality of having insulted the appearance of a department head level executive must have weighed heavily on him, as Akaike's expression was stiff.
Now that your conversation is over, let's get to the main topic.
Kikukawa cut in naturally. Her mentality is impressive.
In our investigation regarding the increase in market claims, the possibility has emerged that there is an issue with the product you were in charge of. I'll be blunt. Please give me the raw, unprocessed data.
Raw data? What are you talking about? The data from the tests conducted after the material change. There were several concerning points. You saw the official documents, right? Weren't those enough? Don't play dumb. There's no way the tests after the material change would be that stable. Even if you say that, the data that came from the factory was already in the format of the official documents. Besides, the tests clearly cleared the regulations.
Is it possible the numbers were manipulated to clear them?
No way. That's impossible. However, I might have been too lenient in my supervision of the factory. I apologize for that. Akaike, bowing his head so low it almost touched the desk, looked completely fake compared to when he was getting scolded by Mr. Uehara. I'll instruct them strictly regarding product quality from now on. Clearly, Akaike wanted to close the curtain on this, but Kikukawa, unrelenting in her pursuit, drove one last nail in the coffin.
Don't forget that suspicion falls not only on the factory but on you as well.
And with that, the meeting for the day ended. After parting ways with Mr. Uehara, Kikukawa and I moved to the break area and exchanged our honest thoughts.
He was suspicious. It feels like he's hiding something.
I agree, but we can't deny that we lack conclusive evidence right now. For the time being, as a next step, we decided to conduct a direct investigation at the brake pad factory as well. A few days later, because the investigation results were out, Kikukawa and I called in Akaike and his boss.
Nice to meet you. I'm Asami Watanabe, Section Chief of the Unit Parts Procurement Section in the Procurement Department. I apologize for the trouble caused by my subordinate, Akaike, being the subject of this investigation.
Chief Watanabe's demeanor was calm, but her eyes weren't smiling as she looked at us, seemingly evaluating us.
Sorry for calling you in. The investigation results are out.
Unlike Akaike, who twitched nervously, Chief Watanabe didn't even flinch. How is it? There wasn't any problem with my work, was there? If you really believe that, you should act more confident. Akaike's attitude was so suspicious it made me think that. Although, I suppose that makes sense.
No, it was confirmed that there were problems.
Kikukawa pushed the pre-printed evidentiary documents in front of Akaike and Chief Watanabe. We grabbed the evidence when we visited the factory, though it didn't go smoothly from the start.
Please, don't cut off our business. If you cut us off, we'll have no choice but to go bankrupt. Please calm down, Numaoka. We're not here to cut off your business. We just want to hear from you as part of our market claim investigation. But even if you call it an investigation, we haven't done anything illegal.
The factory manager, now Numaoka, was like this the whole time, and at first the conversation went nowhere. All she did was apologize profusely. Every other sentence was a plea not to cut off their business, yet she wouldn't say anything important. This alone showed how Akaike had been treating his subcontractors, and Numaoka in particular.
I'm sorry, please give us a chance to improve. That's why, in order to improve, we want to talk.
We're getting nowhere. Feeling that, I immediately cut in with Numaoka. Startled by my loud voice, they both looked at me, but Kikukawa gave a slight nod and yielded to me. Numaoka, sure, maybe there's no legal violation, but is that really enough?
What do you mean?
Brake pads aren't just industrial products. They're shields that protect lives. Just not violating the law isn't enough. You've been making brake pads all this time. You understand what that means, right? Silence, but after a moment, she muttered in a voice that sounded like she was about to cry.
I didn't want to lower the quality either.
The evidentiary document placed on the table, the email sent from Akaike to Numaoka, read as follows. Please lower the unit price by 5% starting next term. You can do this by switching to overseas materials, right?
Please take a look. There are traces of unreasonable price reduction demands.
Chief Watanabe picked up the document, read it quietly, and replied.
I see. It is excessive for us to mention a specific reduction rate.
Akaike visibly flinched at her calm voice.
However, as you know, the procurement department is required to keep purchasing costs as low as possible. Akaike's words and actions might have gone too far, but they aren't entirely outside the scope of his duties. Also, no one could say this direct request stems from a relationship of trust with the factory. No. Unfortunately, it seems there was no relationship of trust.
Chief Watanabe narrowed her eyes at the assertion that interrupted her words.
Could you check that last email?
Frowning at the instruction, Chief Watanabe flipped through the pages. For the first time, her expression wavered. Was it surprise or disappointment? Chief Watanabe looked at Akaike with eyes full of contempt. Chief, what in the world is...
There will be an investigation, but if you say anything unnecessary, we'll cut off your business. Did you write this? If this email isn't fabricated, your compliance violation is obvious.
At that moment, Akaike's face contorted in despair, and he spat out quietly. That woman, she's just a subcontractor. She's not just a subcontractor. We're important partners building cars that carry lives together. It's because you think like that that you cause problems like this. Ugh.
Based on the emails, we conclude that you bound the factory in charge with what amounted to threats, forcing them to accept unreasonable price reductions. Chief Watanabe, why didn't you notice this deviant behavior?
Despite Kikukawa's pursuit, Chief Watanabe returned to her calm expression and answered nonchalantly.
We are not engineers. As long as the numbers fall within legal limits, we usually don't pursue it further. That said, It's also true that this attitude bred compliance violations. I intend to dedicate myself to improvements going forward. If necessary, I will accept punishment as well.
Chief Watanabe's inner emotions as she quietly declared this were completely unreadable. However, she was no longer looking at Akaike. She had judged him unprotectable and cut him loose. Whether she was just cutting off the lizard's tail to save herself, or if she truly didn't know anything, we couldn't tell.
Akaike, we conclude that your excessive pressure was the cause of this market claim. Punishment will follow.
Wait, I'm a victim too. Under the pressure to improve results, I had no choice but to...
Make your excuses directly to the higher-ups, not me.
Faced with Kikukawa's blunt refusal, Akaike hung his head in defeat. In the end, it turned out the brake pads in question were within legal limits, but the safety margin had been shaved down to the absolute minimum. The recall announced following the market claims reached tens of thousands of vehicles, and Akaike was held responsible and demoted. Why do I, a college grad, have to do this kind of manual labor? There was no way he could properly handle the factory work he had mocked so much, and rumor has it he gets yelled at by his boss every day. Lately, his absences have become noticeable too. I just hope he doesn't get fired. Also, the procurement department received a severe reprimand, but the whole truth remains shrouded in mystery. Good work today. I finished the morning site patrol.
Ah, Naruto! Your girlfriend is here again today.
When I got back to the office, Narumi whispered to me with a smirk. Narumi, that's strike 2 for sexual harassment.
So strict.
When I looked, the person I expected was standing there with her hands on her hips.
You're happy to see me, right?
So, what is it?
It's another investigation like last time. I got permission from Mr. Uehara, so you have to come too.
Brake pads again?
No, air filters.
Wait, what's the point of me going?
Oh, shut up! It means I acknowledge you, so just be happy about it. You understand QC and the floor side of things, making you an ideal buddy.
Yeah, I get it. Despite my exasperation, I found myself starting to enjoy this kind of relationship. If you work hard, paths will open, but wrong efforts that oppress others will close them. This is that kind of cautionary tale. As for Kikukawa, or rather Emu, we eventually became buddies both professionally and personally, but that's a story for another time.
Aw, cute. I usually only use my British voice for, like, the CEOs or whatnot. I don't know why. Just something in my brain says, I'm a CEO and I'm very proper. But I enjoyed that. It was very fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you next episode. Bye!